Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 5/18/2025. Mid-May 2025. I feel uneasy, out of sync, a little off kilter. I did mow my lawn. I've been sleeping a lot more recently. I have a couple cats. I have a large black cat and a small gray cat with 4 socks. And they have been getting along better. The black cat was the first cat that I got from the Humane Society, and then I decided to get her a little friend to kind of help her along whenever I'm planning on doing a lot of things outside of my house this summer and enjoying the weather. So I do have a great backyard situation if I stay where I'm at, but I'm ready. What I'm trying to do is work on my home, and I'll get into that in a minute. I have every reason to be happy and optimistic. I think I just keep waiting for this love thing to happen, and maybe that's just not what I'm supposed to be waiting for. I honestly think my sadness is just loneliness, and it is because I am alone. I didn't choose to be David Michael Clark. That was not my choice. I've had a lot of different names in my life. When I was young, people called me Davy or Little Davy or Davy Baby, as my mom would like to sing sometimes. Davy Baby, da 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 dum. I don't even know how it goes. She had me convinced that she wrote that song, and then I found out later that she just added Davy Baby to the already existing lyrics, which is what I think a lot of people do in life. So my mom wasn't that guilty. She was tickled pink, though, as she would claim to be, when she found out that I found out, and thought it was funny and giggled. Because I came to her and I'm like, so wait a second, you didn't write this song? And she was like, no. So then there's Dave. Apparently my younger friends, or when I was younger, the friends from my youth, I've been told that I preferred to go by Dave when I was younger, and I don't remember that, but I guess I'll go with it. There was the New Wave Dave, Garbage Pail Kid. I could see that being something that I would be like, I'm going to just roll with New Wave Dave. But in the end, if my name is David, I don't really see any reason to change or improve upon David or shorten David. David is a pretty strong name. I'll just stick with David. I did have a code name. I've had code names. Ice Cream Man was one. I'll just leave that there. Clark, you go by your last name a lot in certain settings. So Clark was my name, and Clark Star became a thing. My boss at one time, at one of my better jobs that I've ever had, referred to me as Gilligan. I even scratched my voice a little bit when I said it. And I learned to just own Gilligan. There is something to the fool. If you can be Gilligan, and not have to worry too much about it, there's a certain cool to that. Clarky is the endearing name sometimes that I have been referred to. But who I am who I am. I am. That's what I found after all of this. All those labels, those are not my choice. What I am is home. That's what that is. I've talked about that in previous videos. But that helps me center back. Once you find home, once you're able to get to this point where you are centered, and I feel like you can find that tone, whether you hear it or not, because I think that tone is always there. That it always is there. And that's the hum of basically what is happening. Once you find that, you find home. There is no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And once you found that, it doesn't matter anything. Nothing else matters, really. You just go whichever way you want to from that point. But once you discover home and understand that that is and always will be, I think that it gets into the Wizard of Oz. You can do whatever you want. There was the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, and Dorothy. A couple witches, a house, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. If I were a rich man, la-di-da-di-da-di-ba-di-doo. All night long I'd sing a song. If I were a wealthy man. There's a difference between being a rich man and a wealthy man. I would say my mom used to sing that song all the time, by the way. She did not claim that she wrote that one. I would say the secret is home. Wealth is found in your home. The more you understand home, regardless of what tone it is, then you have your mind, body, and your soul. Oil, blood, breath. What we consume, how we act, what we do, who we are, who we want to be. Who is we? I am at home. You are at home. We are at home with the Trinity, mind, body, and soul, oil, blood, and breath, sight and sound, love. Sing and dance with love, not lust. Can you dig it? So I'm going to church for the 7th week in a row. I think I have a new idea. I wrote here light bulb because I'm trying to round this video out. It's going to be a little shorter today because I decided to make it shorter. And how about that? I made it shorter without a lot of conjecture, unless I destroy it at the end here. I wrote here, I'm going for my 7th week in a row. I'm just trying to show that one of the things I can show in these videos is how when you continue to do things, they start to build upon each other. So me going to church for the 7th week in a row has started to build a thing. Just like me going to yoga, just like me quitting drinking, me quitting smoking, little things like that. Like quitting drinking and quitting smoking is little. It is after a long time. It's really insignificant. But so what I am going to start doing maybe is focus more instead of doing videos every day, is start to pick some days to do. What I'd like to do is a Bible verse of the week and do what I was doing earlier and randomly pick a Bible verse and then just discuss it and then maybe do a writing on it. So I can do that as just one episode a week. And then I could do one of the Tao Te Ching and start that over again and just do a verse per week, but just do one video on it. And then I can fill the gap if I want to with these stupid little diary things that I do that can get bloviated. But at least I would have something more formatted on a weekly basis. And maybe that would gain more of a following because nobody wants to listen to all this mesh. So that is a new idea for starting a new format. Sometimes a little tweak here and there can make a big difference. Anyways, we're done. I don't want to get overzealous about this. It's a new day to start, and I have 0 people that watch. Unless I watch first and spun it up a little bit artificially, and then somebody else is like, oh, okay. And then most people are like, what the I'm not listening to this. The purple and gray thing is big for me recently. And the mind, body, soul being connected to oil, blood, and breath. Those 2 things intertwined together have been pretty resonating. If anybody else likes it, let me know. Have a great day. Do great, be great, be great. Full under 10.